Hi, Godzone Medicine PS4 and PS5 and Medic Maniac YouTube. So no gameplay in this one, just a collection of photographs, images from the game that I've captured with the photo mode. And I wondered what to do with it. I thought about putting some music on it, but if I was going to put music on it, I definitely want Horizon Forbidden West related music, which there was no way to really get the music on other than have half the screen and half the screen filled with the title screen of the game or something. So I figured I'd just talk a little bit about Horizon and Aloy and the world and what it means to me as a games player. So I bought Horizon Zero Dawn, and obviously they had a world and they had a story for this world and a setting for Aloy as a child, with brought up by Rost and ostracized from the community, which was her clan, her tribe. For me, I was brought up in a cult, so when I left the cult, then I was ostracized from the cult, and there were many similarities to me as a games player in my experience with Horizon Zero Dawn and the story that, or part of the story that Guerrilla were getting across. And I thought this was quite refreshing to me as an individual. Everybody's different. We all have our different backgrounds. We all have different stories to tell. But just from a personal point of view, there was a connection to the psychology of what was going on between Aloy as an individual growing up, the psychology of the person that she was being brought up with, and his leanings to the teachings and cultures from the tribe, and Aloy dispassionately, objectively viewing things and making her own mind up, evaluating situations and people and other cultures. And I thought this was a very, very interesting aspect. And like I say, there was a very big personal connection. This is a subject that I could go into in a lot more depth, because obviously my upbringing was for quite a prolonged period of time, and Aloy being a child, there's a critical development of the brain to 8 years old, and then there's a further critical development where the brain will fully develop at 25. So Aloy seems to have escaped being completely in that, where her brain fully developed and stuff. But for other people, in sort of the real world setting of cults and cultures and stuff, they're not so lucky. Um, as I say, there's a lot I can talk about with that. But from a story perspective, um, yeah, there was some good meat to the bones there. I think there's a lot of more individual character development that they could have had, but I think they got across, and they carry on in the story. Certainly in Forbidden West, this theme and this psychology of human beings. From a gameplay perspective, Horizon Zero Dawn and Forbidden West both afford an experience that I find extremely enjoyable. I know that there are criticisms of the basic gameplay in Zero Dawn, and to a large extent, those have been constructively and in a common sense progression developed in Forbidden West, being combat and also um, the climbing and stuff, an ability to glide, fly, and swim, etc. But the atmosphere of the world to me, and the vibe, and the music, and the ambience, the sounds of the wildlife, the sounds of the machine, when you're going about your gameplay in the world, in the day-night cycles, and the backdrop of all that's gone on to humanity and all that's going on is a world that I just find really absorbing. I can completely enjoy just going about and having fun fighting machines and soaking up that atmosphere and vibe. And of course, it has to be said, the lighting, the shading, the colours, the art style, and the graphical quality of the game is at times it's breathtaking. So I'm looking forward to Burning Shores because Burning Shores is on PS5, and a step up in graphical quality, so I'm led to believe. I haven't actually got there in the game yet. As you can tell, I do get absorbed in the world to the point where I take a lot of photos. These are not all the photos that I've taken. Some I've had to delete from a hard drive over a period of time. But I thought I'd get these into a collection and into a video because, then I can share them with other people via, the medium afforded to us. And so, yeah, I think I'm not going to be stopping taking photos anytime soon. And I'll probably build up another large collection, which I'll probably end up putting together in a collection and sharing as well. So it's unfortunate, really, I couldn't get the music from the game, but I filled it in with a bit of waffle anyway. So coming to the end of the video, so I hope you've enjoyed this collection of photographs, and I certainly enjoy the work that Gorilla have done. Take care.